Do you want to understand CSDM5 quickly? If yes, then this video is for you. In this video, I break down the entire 63-page white paper into a simple 6-minute explanation using easy examples and also an AI-generated voiceover. So let's jump onto it right away. All right, let's talk about something that's basically the master blueprint for your entire digital business. We're going to unpack ServiceNow's Common Service Data Model, version 5. Think of it as the single, unified plan for how everything and everyone can finally work together. So, let's kick things off with a pretty big question. You have a brilliant idea, right? Something that could genuinely move the needle for your business. But what's the actual path it takes to go from just a concept to something real? Something that actually delivers value to a customer? For a lot of companies, that path is, well, it's a mess. A complete mess. It's this tangled web of disconnected data. You've got custom-built frameworks that don't talk to each other, and teams are stuck in their own silos. That's exactly why great ideas get stuck in limbo, and it's why different products have such a hard time working together. And this is precisely where ServiceNow comes in with a really powerful solution, a common language. And that language is the Common Service Data Model, or CSDM for short. It is designed from the ground up to bring order to all that chaos and create one single shared framework for everyone to build on. Now, with CSDM version 5, the vision gets even bigger. I mean, way bigger. We're moving beyond just managing IT stuff. We're talking about mapping the entire digital value network. This isn't just about servers and apps anymore. It's about modeling the complete flow of value, from a tiny idea all the way to the customer. And this right here gives us a fantastic picture of that network. CSDM5 lets you map out that whole journey, starting with the service provider on the left, going through that whole complex delivery network in the middle, and ending up with the end user and their devices on the right. It creates a single, complete view of your entire service world. So to make this really hit home, let's follow a story, a journey that CSDM helps us map. Just imagine you have that awesome new idea we were talking about, a brand new product, or maybe a key upgrade to something you already have. How does CSDM5 actually track it from a simple thought to a delivered reality? Well, it follows a 5-stage journey. This is called the CSDM service lifecycle. And it's basically the prescribed path your idea is going to take to become a valuable service that people actually use. Okay, so our journey kicks off with stage 1, ideation and strategy. And this is a really important new piece in CSDM5 because it focuses on the very birth of an idea. Think of this as the crucial business gatekeeper. It's where you capture all those new ideas and start asking the tough questions. Does this actually align with our strategy? Is it worth the investment? By getting this right, you stop bad ideas from sucking up time and resources before they even get off the ground. So once an idea gets that green light, it moves on to the next stage, design and planning. This is where the concept starts to feel real. Your enterprise architects jump in. They start modeling the business capabilities and the applications. You're defining the architecture, fleshing out all the details, and basically creating the technical blueprint for what you're actually going to build. And from that blueprint, we head over to the workshop. It's time for build and integration. This is where your developers and DevOps teams take that blueprint and turn it into a real deployable solution. The magic here is that CSDM gives you visibility the whole time, making sure the build process stays connected to those original business goals. It helps prevent that dreaded scope creep and just make sure you're building what you actually set out to build. All right, the solution is built, it's tested, and now we arrive at the launchpad. Service delivery. This is the big moment when the solution is released for everyone to use. CSDM models the entire end-to-end delivery system, all the infrastructure, the technologies, and the operational models that make your service available to the world. And that brings us to the final, and you could argue, the most important stage of this whole journey, service consumption. This is where your idea is finally out there in the wild, being used by tons of people. We measure its value, we track how well it's being adopted, and we ask that critical question. Did it deliver on the business goals we set way back in the ideation stage? And that feedback, it flows right back to the beginning to inform the next great idea. It closes the loop. So let's zoom out for a second. That 5-stage journey we just walked through, that's the heart of the CSDM5 conceptual model. All the stages, ideation, design, build, delivery, and consumption, they're all connected. But what's holding it all together? Well, it's all supported by one absolutely crucial element. And that element is the foundation domain. You can think of these as the fundamental building blocks that the entire model rests on. This layer holds the core, reference data that everything else relies on. We're talking about concepts like value streams. That's the series of steps that deliver value to the customer. Plus business processes, contracts, product models. You get the idea. This is the shared dictionary, making sure everyone is speaking that common language we talked about at the very beginning. So, what are the big upgrades in version 5? We've already hit on the new ideation and strategy domain, but it also adds some huge new capabilities, like support for software bill of materials, or SBM, which is basically just an ingredient list for your software. It also gives you expanded product modeling and new ways to define those value streams. It's a really significant evolution for the whole framework. Okay, so we've walked through the model, but let's get to the bottom line. Why does this actually matter for your organization? What's the real-world value here? It matters because adopting it gives you a clear path to maturity. It's a journey you can take in really manageable steps. You start by crawling, just getting that basic foundational data mapped out. Then you walk by connecting your applications to your infrastructure. Then you're running when you add service offerings and portfolios. And finally, you fly with full value stream and lifecycle management. It makes a massive, intimidating undertaking feel, well, completely achievable. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. When you really look at your own organization, is your data model a true blueprint for success, connecting your strategy all the way to real value? Or is it more like a Tower of Babel, with everyone just speaking a different language? CSDM 5 offers a clear path to building that blueprint.